Hi everybody, Steven here. Warren and I actually did a little bit of a road trip on the weekend, and I did a nice little score here. So let me kind of show you what I picked up. So the first thing on the list, let me see if I can back this out. Oops. First thing on the list is some headers. Got some used headers. So that's kind of nice. I believe they're Hedman headers. I'm not 100% sure. I got them pretty cheap, so I can't complain. They're in good shape. You know, a little bit of cleaning up. Away I go. They are for the Cleveland 4V, the 351 Cleveland 4V heads. So I believe they're Hedman. In case you do know what they are, let me know. The guy that had it wasn't 100% sure. He had a few headers there. The other big score, that wasn't that big of a score, but this score right here is actually big. These are some 351 4Vs in Victor heads. You can actually look here and just look at the intake ports. They are gargantuan, right? This came out of a 71 Torino, 1970 Torino with a 351 Cleveland. It was actually still bolted on the Cleveland, but he sold me the heads. There's again, nice big intake ports here. Valve sizes. So these are kind of the desirable heads for the most part. I got to really watch what I say. I'm going to get a lot of YouTube backlash on this. These are kind of the desirable heads. Again, the massive ports here allow for really good flow. Now, this is the 4V. Now, let me zoom in on this. I'm not sure if it's going to pick it up. So these are the 4V heads. Let me zoom in there. You can see the number 4. Let's just zoom in a bit better. You see the number 4 there. So that's on the casting, right? And it's on the other one as well. Let me see if I can find it. There we go. I have that right there, nice and clear. You can see it. So it's the number 4. Now, just a couple of things with these 4V. For example, if you're not familiar with the 351 Cleveland, they came with either a 2-barrel carb or a 4-barrel carb, right? The V doesn't stand for the number of valves because you see it says 4 there, but there's there's only 2 valves per chamber, right? Okay, it stands for the number of Venturis. So a 2 V would be 2-barrel and 2-barrel carb, and the 4V would be for the 4-barrel carbs. Now, there's a couple different variations of the 4s, right? I'm not going to go through all the whole history, but right here, when you look, you see this is the number 4, and there's nothing else there. Now, there's a 4 small dot and a 4 big dot. And I think it was just after late 70s, 71s when they started to put the dots in. Don't quote me on that. This is just from some of my research. So if I've got a 4 here, and you can see when I go in the back here, it's a closed chamber head, okay? Closed chamber head. It's a 4 with no dot. If you have a 4 with a big dot, that usually indicates an open chamber, okay? So it's not quenched like this. It's just one big circle, right? And if you have the 4 with the small dot, again, that indicates a closed chamber. So I think they added these dots just either was late 70s and 71s and later, right? So like I said, this came out of 1970, 351 Cleveland. It was a Ford Torino, right? So I'll put some pictures of this 4 dot, small dot, and 4 big dot because it's very subject, anyways, it's very kind of hard to kind of tell. So I've got these. Looks like it has still the Ford valves in it. I don't know if this thing's had a valve job on it. I'm going to tear it apart. This is going to be a street machine. So again, I know we'll get debates on, well, these heads are maybe overkill for a street machine. I might lose torque on the low end. So we'll have to see as I go forward. But anyways, using these heads gives me a lot of room to grow the engine depending on my needs, right? So this is kind of a beast of a head for the Cleveland. So I do have actually the Cleveland I actually have has the two V heads in it. They're still in the engine, so I can't show you. But again, I'm not going to turf them or anything like that. They're still good heads and stuff. So I'm going to recondition these. So I'll do some more videos on this as I start to take the valves out and stuff. But it looks pretty good so far. It needs obviously cleaning, right? The guy wasn't sure if there was a valve job done on it before or not. But nonetheless, I'm going to take it apart, contact a local machine shop, see about getting, getting some stuff done it, probably replacing the guides and all that, and replacing the seats. And I guess that's about it. So that was kind of what I did on the weekend. My neighbor came along with me for the drive. We went out to Newmarket, and I picked up a couple of these heads. Now, some of you might also debate, like, oh, Steve, why don't you just go get the aluminum heads? And I did think about that. I was humming and hawing. I'll be honest with you, to buy parts up here in Canada with the US exchange rate and the way things are really stupid and silly up here, I'd be close to $4,000 Canadian, right? For a new set of aluminum heads, which is astronomical. I got these for 500 bucks Canadian. So that's what, maybe 400 US, 350 US, something like that. So I could put in a little bit of cash, a bit of sweat equity on this, and I'll have a nice head. Would have been nice to do aluminum, but hey, you know what? Until this YouTube channel starts paying me money, then I guess I got to do what I got to do, right? But anyways, that's it, folks. Let me flip back here. Let me flip back here. Oh, I do have some grease. Anyways, I was doing some work underneath the car, ripped off the drive shaft. Anyways, that's it. I just wanted to show you that what I kind of scored. So that's kind of nice. Stay tuned. There'll be more stuff on that because I'm going to be very soon, within the next week or so, I'll be tearing the engine out. So I'll take along for the ride on that. And we're going to, at that point, I'll be doing a lot of videos, especially on the engine rebuild and stuff. So I got to go wash up. So see you soon. Thanks again. Hit that like button if you found this helpful. And also what would help me out a lot if you hit that subscribe button. Thanks very much. Have a great day.